For 30 years.
For 30 years.
For 30 years.
We've cared for each other.
We've fed those who are hungry.
We have volunteered in our community.
We have been there for you.
And you have been there for us.
It's amazing that a group of private citizens has come together for 30 years to help deliver quality services to everybody on this island. I've been with Mercer Island Youth and Family Services for 9 years as the Youth Development Coordinator. Each summer we have around 250 middle school and high school students that work with us, and we partner with around 50 nonprofits. For example, we go downtown and work with organizations such as Operation Sack Lunch. What I really love about this program is that our young people get to get their hands dirty. They're in the kitchen creating warm, nutritious meals for food insecure individuals, and then they get to go serve it. They get to see the communities that they're helping, engage with them. I think we're able to create leaders by embracing the idea that our community does not exist on one island. We've had volunteers that have been so moved by their experience that they continue to volunteer on their own. And I see folks move on to doing really incredible things.
The Diversion and Early Intervention Program is a resource for kids who live on the island who get arrested. We help kids take responsibility without having to go to court and without ending up with a record. Part of taking responsibility, they give back to their community, and we can also connect them with counseling or other kinds of treatment. I think a program like Diversion and Early Intervention is vital because you want to be able to lift up folks who are in trouble. I've absolutely seen kids turn their lives around. It comes out of a point of crisis, but out of that you can get this tremendous amount of growth. That's very rewarding to me.
The other great part about Mercer Island Youth and Family Services is that we do serve from birth to death. For almost 19 years, my job is to work with seniors and their families who live on Mercer Island. The hardest thing to do is to watch someone that you love fail. And how do you as a family actually work with that? We are there to answer your questions, help you find resources, listen.
The other role I fill at Youth and Family Services is I'm an individual and family therapist for youth, teens, adults who live on the island. The reason they come to counseling at Youth and Family Services is that we are physically located here, so there's convenience. Even more than that, we know the community, and you do offer a sliding fee scale. One of the really wonderful things about working as part of Youth and Family Services is I'm part of a bigger organization that can tap into services, whether it's being able to coordinate with their school counselor, or being able to coordinate with family assistance program.
You never know when emergencies are going to happen or when crisis happens in your life. We have emergency assistant funds here at Youth and Family. Maybe they need a little assistance paying the water bill.
We can give them kind of a total sense of support.
And just take the edge off.
I have been working at Mercer Island Youth and Family Services based at Mercer Island High School. I'm in my 30th year.
I'm a mental health counselor based at Islander Middle School, and this is my 18th year.
I have been an elementary school counselor for 13 and a half years.
One of the things I love about working at the school is that we get to really be a part of the whole flow of things there.
I start with the kindergartners, learning about how to solve a problem and how to deal with conflict.
Go into health classes and talk about issues like depression and suicide prevention.
We have this program where I take kids up snowboarding, and it lets me connect with kids in a different way, so when challenges do come up for them, they feel like I'm a trusted adult.
It was several years ago. I worked with a boy. His father was diagnosed with cancer. When he passed, I had a chance to intervene with both the kids in the classroom and help them understand what happened to this child's father, and work with this young boy. I saw him weekly. From kindergarten to 5th grade, I really wanted to create a safe space for him.
I think one of the advantages of being school-based is that we can intervene early. Often the issues begin with maybe attendance issues, academic performance issues, but when you scratch the surface, you realize there's some underlying mental health or substance abuse issues or both.
The mental health issue I think I'd be most concerned about is when someone's suffering gets to a point where they start to have thoughts about suicide.
Kids are incredible at wearing a mask. I had a student who I knew from lunch group. where I make popcorn and kids play Uno. And it became apparent that they were also having some challenges. From my experience, it really warranted then connecting with someone at home and making sure that they were going to be safe, because it wasn't clear to me that they could leave my office.
And it's just really critical that there are safe places for a student to talk about that, get help.
This happens more often than you think. Girls 10 to 14 years old showed the most significant increase in suicides. Our young people are really at risk.
I know, through having done this for a long time, that there's ways to get through that.
I really think zero suicides is possible, but it really takes making intimate connections so that they know that they're worthwhile, and that's something we can really do at schools.
I don't know if there's anything more satisfying, really, than seeing someone go from a dark, despairing place to connecting, succeeding, having the life that they want to have.
To see them at graduation walk across the stage and know a kid has made significant changes from the time that they were a freshman to now that a senior, that's really satisfying.
I'm really gratified the foundation has been around for 30 years.
This is a really hard journey, but if you get a little help along the way, then you can do this.
A lot of the work might go unseen.
Our community would look a lot different without the foundation.
It's become part of the fabric of our community.
It's made this community healthier, happier, and more connected than it ever has been.